Heroes, heroines, myths and legends. Mr. Goat VDT here. Today I wanted to start off by telling you a gay little story from an old guy. The old guy being me, and the gay little story being the one I'm about to tell you, so pay attention. When I had my 27th birthday, nobody called me or congratulated me the entire morning and most of the afternoon. Normally I don't care, but it was my time of the month I guess, and for some reason it hit me hard. It was around 4 in the afternoon, my phone rang and my grandfather called me to congratulate me. It was a short call, but I still treasure it till this day. I guess what I'm trying to say is that every single like, share and comment I get, I appreciate it greatly. I know I'm not the biggest, best developed or funniest channel on this platform whatsoever, so thank you for interacting. It means a great deal. Of course I get some negative comments as well, but I just do to them what my father did to me. Pretend they are not there and just live my best life, you know? One of my relatives, by the way, asked me to stop making jokes about my father like that. But I'm not abandoning my own material. Who do you think I am? My father? Enough sharing my feelings like a Menendez brother at a shrink. Let's get into the video. We are poor, in both GTA and in real life. And that sucks balls, in both GTA as in real life. Thank God there is a solution for that, which also works in GTA as in real life. First, you just have to go make a citizen's arrest on some high sought after criminal Interpol will pay you big money for. And second, you can just visit your nightclub, which makes 75k a night in cash for some reason, don't ask questions. Sadly, in real life however, we don't have either of those things, so we'll just have to do them in-game, and we at least have my digital problems tackled. You smart little beggar you. Firstly, I have to start a company name to avoid paying taxes or something, and I have to come up with a clever name. Sadly, I have the mental capacity of a 7-year-old, and I just changed one letter to make a joke in the divine language of the Netherlands. If you haven't learned it already, you can apply now for a new season at any Dutch university. Except for LOE, who still won't sponsor my video. LOE, you suck balls. Note to self to stop laughing at jokes like this for so long. It's really embarrassing to have to watch, like Jose Menendez watching his boys play tennis. No wonder you have only 3 subscribers. As this game takes place in the United States of America, we have to arrest a black guy who is making his way into town with a convoy or something. I wasn't really paying attention. But to spot the convoy, we first have to destroy 2 convoy jammers or whatever. This is kind of a pickle, except if you have Batman's ride. Thank God we have exactly that, and we blow our enemies to smithereens. Or maybe not necessarily our enemies and just these random dudes standing here, but I feel better about myself nonetheless. While driving to the next jammer tower, our assistant, whose name I sadly forgot, calls in and tells us time is of the essence. We have to use it wisely and not do anything dumb. Does she not know who she is talking to? I am very professional, and oh my god the jump. I bet I can make this car fly, like a majestic bat. Here, whee! Look at us go! It turns out technically, it wasn't even the worst decision I've ever made. Like that time I asked the Menendez brothers how it was like to have a father who's actually around, and we managed to finish the first part of the mission. We are one step closer to making our grand arrest, and I'm one step closer to 100k. That is in GTA dollars of course. I still have 3 subscribers. Here, watch me roleplay as my father. Imagine the river is our lovely family and poof, I'm gone. Next up is the second part of the mission, which is a little more tricky. First, we have to stop the convoy somehow, and that's not as easy as it sounds. Except of course when you are insanely wealthy, which Batman is, and we nicked his car, so we just have to blow everything to bitch, which we do. Next, we try to confront our criminal, but I want to make a little knock-knock joke first. I say, knock knock, he says, who's there? And I say, cold. He says, cold who? And I say, cold outside, you better wear a jacket. He doesn't appreciate my joke however, and comes out not wearing a jacket, but a bear wrangler's costume or whatever, and we have to deal with this. Thank God he's too dumb to take a step to the left, and we manage to overpower him. I look him into the eyes and tell him he won't be needing his protective gear anymore. I put him on handcuffs and throw him in the back of the van. I'll tell him I'll discipline him when we get back to my place. He then proceeds to ask me if I want to have sex with him in the back of the car, and I think that one of us has got this wildly wrong. I tell him that that is a very homosexual thing of him to say, and I just want him to do better in life and be a real man, like the Romans did, a man who knows pain. I'm sorry, we watched the Menendez Brothers series on Netflix the other day, and now I can't make a video without mentioning that entire little ordeal. I'll just leave what happens next to your imagination, and we move on. Next up, we need to show our amazing yacht. A yacht which Stromboli doesn't have, because he is a working little peasant. Look at it floating majestically on the waterline, very cinematic. Not all that glitters though is gold, as I refuse to swim there, so I call in this Ukrainian or Russian dude or whatever he is to bring me a dinghy. Sadly, my head blocks the screen and I have to gamble on which part in the menu I have to press, but it works out and I feel like I can take on the entire world. It's the small things, you guys. Arriving at my yacht, we first give a little tour, which I feel like we've done like a million times, but this was a very expensive ship and I need to show it off, because otherwise what's the point? I take a little laugh at the name of the boat, which, you all know what this means by now, being absolute professors in the Dutch godly language, so big lol. Next we go up to the bridge to annoy the captain. He tells us we need to get a truck for him or something, or otherwise my yacht will sink, maybe. I'm not sure, and frankly I don't really care. Kinda the answer my dad gave me when I asked him how many kids he had, and it legit doesn't matter either. Shoot some guys, steal a truck, captain, I'm down like a guy with an extra chromosome, let's do this. We want to do it smart and quiet, like Lester always says. But the pilot decides to drop me off at the rooftop with a chopper so everybody knows we are here. You undefined stain of dried liquid on a hotel mattress, when we are back I'm going to complain about you to our commanding officer. Sadly, I know that the commanding officer doesn't care about his subordinates, since he is me. And the pilot won't eat a slice of cheese less about it either, since he is me as well. This puts a lot of pressure on us, having to play all the parts, but we are not here to act dull, we are here to make holes in your skull. Or shoot your ventilation maybe, I don't know, who remembers? One of the guys yells, I will die, and I'm completely thrown off by this unescapable reality. What to do now? How to continue? Well, best take it step by step, I guess. I, reverse the psychology power play, and I yell that I may die someday, but he will definitely die today. I think that's probably in some movie as well, so that makes it all extra cool. What's not cool, however, are those guys inside these buildings, because I shoot every ventilation system that they have. Not sure how this will help anybody or keep my yacht afloat, but we steal a truck as well, which doesn't answer any questions either, but we ride off into the sunset and all is well. From what I understand from the dialogue, which I decide to listen to for a change, we are just selling the truck. Not sure why we had to destroy all the ventilation systems, commit first degree murder manslaughter a ton of times, and hurt each other's feelings for that, but alright. We make a little gambling money in the process, and I'm a happy little Dutch Mr. Goat VDT. I end the video by throwing some gang signs, just kidding. It's the Z and the W, which are the first two letters of the word zewoel, which is my favorite word right now. If you want to know what that means, please become a professor in the Dutch language by following a crash course at any of our famous universities. I'll give you a hint. The family of Kitty Menendez would probably know what it means, as I highly suspect that they are of Dutch origin. I also highly expect she wouldn't use that word in any situation. But I have the idea her husband would have, if he knew what it meant. Anyway, have a great day. Don't use drugs or abandon your families. I love you all. Mr. Goat Vedete.